Hey everybody, good morning. I'm Chad Petrie. A plan to bring an ice facility to Mississippi is facing opposition. A plane crash in South Carolina claims the life of an Alabama man, and Mobile's pro hockey team gets its first partner. So click and stick right here as we light it up for News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green and Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us. I'm Chad Petrie in today for Shamani Baker at 8:05. We thank you for checking in with us every weekday morning. We get together to talk about some of the big stories of the day. We'll also talk about our question of the day and have a look at our News 5 poll. Now, admittedly, I'm going to tell you right now that that poll is a little dated, but I think we can have some fun with it nonetheless. So let us get started right now with the big stories of the day that we are covering here on News 5. Number 5, Mississippi Senator Roger Wicker is opposing a plan that would bring an ice facility to northern Mississippi. The proposed plan would have the Department of Homeland Security purchase a warehouse in Byhalia and convert it to an ice detention center, but Senator Wicker says that would strain existing infrastructure. Number 4, NAS Pensacola will receive $12 million from the Department of Defense for repairs to the Blue Angels hangar. About 400 of the 500 buildings on board NAS Pensacola were damaged in 2020 by Hurricane Sally, including the hangar. The Blue Angels are currently in winter training in El Centro, California. Number 3, a single-engine plane crashed in South Carolina on Friday, claiming the life of an Alabama man. 30-year-old Andrew Nichols of Huntsville was identified as the passenger killed, according to the Lexington County Coroner's Office. Number 2, the city of Foley is breaking ground on a new safe room for first responders. That'll be happening today. The soon-to-be site on North Poplar Street will provide shelter to more than 200 first responders during a hurricane. Construction is expected to be completed before the start of the 2027 hurricane season. And number 1, Mobile's pro hockey team officially has its first partner, Master Boat Builders, Inc. The team is expected to start playing in the 2025-2028 Southern Professional Hockey League season. And that is our countdown of the 5 things you need to know on this Monday morning. All right, we want to talk about our question of the day, and this one is a nice question, something I think we all have an answer to, something that we all have maybe in our present, maybe in our past. We're asking folks, what is your unique hobby? I think everybody's had one, has one. I know back during my adolescence, I was really big into comic books. I still read comic books now. I think they are a legitimate art form, and some of them can be really good and really dense and really thoughtful. I used to collect them, and now the mark is sort of veered into trade paperbacks to the point where you could just get comic books from the library. I do that sometimes. Get them online too. So there are many ways to consume comic books, but this just isn't about one hobby. This is about your hobby. I think my current hobby at present would have to be preparing different kinds of food and trying to get better at certain things. I think I've gotten very good at bread making over the years. My biggest challenge in cooking is finding something that is good for a group of people, but also something that, when I'm talking about a group, I'm talking about my very picky eaters in my family. That would be my children and my wife. To me, everything's terrific. To them, it's got to reach certain criteria. But enough about my hobbies. What are your hobbies? We've got a picture here of Brian Davis saying racing toy cars for bowling trophies. That was one of his hobbies. Also, Leslie's talking about what kind of woodworking projects that they can make on their kitchen table with only hand tools. Now, that is an interesting challenge, especially if you're in a confined space that you're not going to be able to necessarily do that. Leslie also says that they do leatherwork and loom knitting. That's also pretty good if you're in an apartment space, because you can't do everything in a very confined space of an apartment. And Lauren says that her unique job is sound bath, also a hobby. So a lot of different interesting things that people can do. Your unique hobby. Think about that. Think about what makes you different, or what's the thing that you're into that you'd like to share with other people. There are a lot of different things people can do. One of the things I enjoy doing is I consume a lot of podcasts. Of all the media that I expose myself to, I move around a lot. I got a lot to do, whether it's working in the field or working at home. When I get home, I got to take care of stuff for the kids and get dinner on the table. So that hobby is supplemented by listening to audio shows as well. People are into different things. Whatever works for you works. All right. I also wanted to talk about our poll, our News 5 poll, which was from Friday. Keep that in mind. So it is severely dated. We were asking people on Friday, who do you think will win the Super Bowl? Of course, we all know the answer to who won the Super Bowl. But I wonder, and I was going to scroll down here to kind of see if people were kind of close on the prediction on the Facebook page. So Seahawks gets a thumbs up and Patriots get a heart. And by our count here on the page, 174 people were saying the Seahawks last week and 59 saying the Pats going into the game. At least I don't know that. I don't know how many people might have gone back to this post and maybe also juice the results thereafter. But it's just an idea, just a look at things as we're going throughout the day. All right, I think that does it for the poll of the day. All right, we thank you for watching us on this Monday morning. Of course, a lot of stuff that we're covering today will be on our other platforms. We've got News 5 Now coming up, and of course, we've got News 5 at 9 coming up first, and then News 5 Now again after News 5 at noon. We'll be working on trying to bring you some of the latest stories and different things that are happening around our part of the Gulf Coast and beyond. We thank you for watching News 5 Now on this Monday morning. I'm Chad Petrie. Also, we want to remind you, if you want to keep up to date with all the stuff that we're working on, things that we've published or things that we are working on, it's always good to like our Facebook page. As the kids on social media say, smash that like button on Facebook for News 5 Now. You'll get updates about when we're doing this show live and other things that we're working on throughout the day. We thank you for watching us on this Monday morning. I'm Chad Petrie, and you guys have a good Monday.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.